Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynette. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am in the middle of a video series here on my channel explaining what junk journaling is to me. I have a lot of new subscribers here on my channel, which by the way, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for asking me questions. I know that junk journaling is new to many of you, and I appreciate you reaching out and asking me not only questions about journals and journaling, but also to create a video about it. I thought that was a fabulous idea. This is the third video in a series of 4 videos I will be releasing. So the previous 2 are already on my channel. If you missed either of those and you would be interested in seeing other topics related to junk journals, the last video I posted was sharing some of my larger journals with you, and the video before that was just an overview, general idea of how junk journals began, the idea behind them, and also a glimpse into my monthly collections. If you have any questions about those, I would definitely reference and check out those videos in the description box below. Today we are going to jump right into the video, and we are talking about traveler's notebooks. One of the questions that I have been asked a few times now is, what's a traveler's notebook? Could you explain what a traveler's notebook is? So I'm going to do the best that I can to explain to you what a traveler's notebook is, what my thoughts are behind a traveler's notebook, and some of the things that I have learned along the way. I'm also going to share some links with you in the description box down below to people who have been very inspiring to me using traveler's notebooks, and also those that have educated me along the way. So I'm super excited. Let's get into the video. So I do have a few traveler's notebooks in my collection. I love using them to hold my journals. So a traveler's notebook is basically a cover. It's a folder of sort that you're going to keep various mini books, which are called inserts, in, or pockets or card slots. There's so many different things that people enjoy using a traveler's notebook for. So like I mentioned, the general design of a traveler's notebook is that it is a cover. It has an elastic band that is going to hold everything inside of this notebook for you. And when you open it up, every basic traveler's notebook has some kind of elastic band in the center of the spine. This one, that is also by Webster's Pages, happens to have 4 elastics here in the center, which I will explain a little bit more about those in a minute. Here in the front of the cover, you have a secretarial pocket, and this one happens to have 3 other card slots that you can house your driver's license or personal cards of some kind. And here on the back cover, there happens to be a slot where you could fit a little notebook or tuck away some important papers. There's also a pen holder here on the side of the journal. So the function of a traveler's notebook originally was, like the name says, used for travels. This was designed as something you could carry along with you on your various trips. It might hold different inserts for different purposes. It can hold a calendar, an itinerary, and then just a general notebook, maybe a sketchbook. And this would be beneficial to you as you're out and about enjoying new destinations. It can also hold plastic sleeves that might house important documents or journaling supplies or art supplies, things like that. As far as I know, that is how a traveler's notebook originated. I don't know who invented the first one or anything. That's just what I have learned along the way. Fast forward a little bit, traveler's notebooks are used for so many different things, and they are so much fun to put together. So one of the fun elements of a traveler's notebook is that it can be personalized, that you can make it your own. What is it that you enjoy doing? Is it sketching? Is it drawing? Is it painting? Is it writing? Is it planning? These are all things that can be put into a traveler's notebook, carried as a wallet. This one would be considered a pretty big wallet, but like I said, they come in various sizes, so you can use it for a lot of different things. Maybe you're someone who might like to keep lists on paper, and this could be beneficial for that as well. So after talking about the general purpose and layout of a traveler's notebook, I'll share with you a little bit of how I have used them over the years. So like I mentioned previously, this is my first traveler's notebook. I love this. I fell in love with it when I learned about them, and I added my own inserts to use that were applicable to me. I would use pre-bought inserts, which is the typical thing to do. These are sold online. You can find them in craft stores. This first insert here was a blank insert, and I added some scrapbook paper and washi tape, and I just added a little journaling scripture card there. And then I was using this insert as a prayer journal. I have this list here in the front. I was participating in this writing challenge, and then I would just go through, and very similar to my junk journals that I've already shared on my channel, I would add scriptures and quotes and photographs. I was documenting scripture here in that writing challenge. So that's how I use that insert. And something that I love doing is using different colors of ink. So that is my first insert. And then right after that, I have one of those plastic sleeves that I was talking about. And since I don't carry this in my purse and I didn't need it for credit cards or anything, or business cards, I added some various quote cards and scripture cards that I had picked up. And then here in the back, I just added some Project Life cards so that I had everything in one place and I didn't have to carry various bags with me if I wanted to take this out and about, which is one of the awesome things about a traveler's notebook. So then here, after that little pocket, I have another insert that I have decorated with some scrapbook paper and some washi tape, and just did a little decorating there on the front. And then this one I was using to keep notes as I was reading through a book. Sometimes I like to take notes on some of the books I read so that I can just go back and read the highlights of things that stuck out to me. And that's what I was doing here. You can see I still like to incorporate stickers a little bit if I have the time. I added a little sticker tab here to the outside of that page. And some days I would have time for stickers, and some days I just did a lot of writing. There's no wrong way to use it. It's just about what would you like to use that insert for. Then we come to the other side of that plastic insert that I have, and this one is just a zip pocket, and I have various clips and little words that I've cut out of some things that I've printed off of my computer so that I can use them in my journaling. And I'm sure that when I actually used this, there was quite a bit more in here. I have other inserts that I had used in the past. I've also included a little magnet bookmark here and some more Project Life cards. So then back to the front of a traveler's notebook, this is an area that could be fully functional if you wanted to carry it in your purse for everyday use, or it could be an area that you fill up with creativity, which is one of the things that so many of us here on YouTube love to do. If we're not carrying this for general purposes, we might like to add some Project Life quote cards here, maybe some fun paper clips, which is what I've done here. And I'm sure that I had a lot more in there back in the day when I was actually using this journal. And what is the function of it? Because that's something that I used to ask myself. I would watch videos to try to learn and comprehend a traveler's notebook, and I would see them all decorated, all cute, and I would say, okay, but how is that functional? And I think the short answer is it isn't. It isn't functional. You can decorate it to make you smile when you open up the book. And I think that is absolutely fine. If you're not that kind of a person where you don't want a bunch of eye candy when you open up your cover, you don't have to decorate it. And that's fine too. I think it's just another element where we can express ourselves creatively if we desire to. So one of the things I mentioned is that there are different sizes of traveler's notebooks. I'm not going to try to quote them all off the top of my head, and I don't have them all because they aren't all functional for me, but I will leave a link in the description box down below to something that will explain the different sizes. Maybe there's a video on that I can find, and I'll leave a link to that so you can check it out. This is probably my favorite size. I know that I make a standard size with my collections, and I shared the standard traveler's notebook with you. So my favorite size is a B6 traveler's notebook. This is brand new to me, actually. It is a Chic Sparrow, which is a well-loved company that makes traveler's notebooks, and it is fabulous. I am in love with this, but I am using this one for my planner. I've only begun to set it up because we're only just coming out of quarantine. I really don't have that much going on right now, but I fully plan on making this adorable here in the cover. I have some inserts here of some scrapbook paper that I've wrapped just to match the rest of the traveler's notebook. It is rather pricey. It's genuine leather, so it's not something you would probably start with. You would want to see if it's something that's going to keep your interest first. But yes, it is a fabulous journal. I love it. And then just to give you another idea, these are both B6 traveler's notebooks as well that I have created myself for different purposes. I created this little notebook to use as a health planner as I was being very meticulous about trying to lose a few pounds and exercising and self-care. So that is the purpose behind that one. I love this notebook. I love how it is made out of clear plastic, and I was able to decorate my inserts and things the way I chose, and that they just show through so beautifully. This is another little B6 notebook that I made where I was learning to use this vinyl that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby. This little swan charm here on the front actually broke. This is a project I never finished and I haven't gone back to yet, but I definitely want to share it with you. Here on the inside, I just added some vintage fabric in this fun sparkly pocket. And then again, I just started laying out the notebook how I wanted it. This is a laminate little pocket that I made, and the whole theme of this journal is swans, and I plan on finishing it. But then I was making this to just be more of a journal, more of a junk journal style, so I just added my tea stain paper there to each of these inserts. And time just got away from me and I haven't gone back into finishing this little project yet, but I do look forward to it. I really wanted to use this journal, but if you've watched any of my previous videos in the series, you know that I am not lacking in journals to write in anytime soon, but they are so much fun to make. So there is a wonderful lady here on YouTube, and I forget the name of her channel. She changed it recently, and that's been messing with me for the last 6 months or so, but I will link her down below. She has some tutorials on her channel where she shows you how she make her traveler notebook covers, which is super helpful. She also makes them in different sizes, and she'll share that with you. And she also makes other covers and planner covers and things, and she shares that on her channel. So check out that link down below if you would like to see those videos. Also, just her channel in general. I'm always very inspired by her style, and I love seeing the things that she creates. So be sure to check her out. As for a couple other covers I have made, these are pretty much a standard size traveler's notebook cover that I have used in my monthly collections. Just something fun, a different element to wrap my journal in for the month. Now I have flip throughs and shares of these journals on my channel, so I will link that playlist down below if you would like to see some of the journals that I've finished and created over the last couple of years. But just to give you an idea, you can wrap your cover. This one has no pockets. It's literally just something cute that I wanted to make. Doesn't really have any function. Another traveler's notebook cover that I created here recently, I wanted a grungy cover, so I made this one out of cardboard. This whole month was a bird theme, so that's the bird on the front. And then how I had started it, and then my journal kind of grew and got a lot thicker than I had planned. But here I created a traveler's notebook out of a piece of cardboard and decorated it here in the front. You're really limitless with how you can create a traveler's notebook cover on your own if it's something that you want to make specific to a certain project. But it is a lot of fun to use different inserts and things to carry around with you. So, you know, when you're on the go or you don't want to go searching through all of your craft supplies, you have what you need all in one place. So the last traveler's notebook that I have to share with you today is this nano size notebook cover. I made this by hand again. I really wanted to see what using a size like this might look like, because there's a lot of girls on YouTube here that really love this size journal. So all I did was make it the same as that previous handmade journal, and then I added little journaling notebooks that I could play with. And I haven't gone any further with that. I haven't started using it, but it was a lot of fun to make. I'm really glad I did. And when the time is right, I'll throw it in my purse and it'll have a purpose and I'll get use out of it. I do love all of the various little sizes that traveler's notebooks can come in. I just haven't really experimented and played around with them very much. So I hope that that helps give you a general idea of what a traveler's notebook is. Something that was really difficult for me in the beginning was I was overthinking it, and I was looking at so many different people doing so many different things that it overwhelmed me. One of the things to remember in terms of journaling is that it's all about you. There's so much being shared creatively through social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, that it can be overwhelming. But the important thing to always remember is, what is it that you enjoy? Do you enjoy list making? Are you an artist? Do you like to journal? These are all things that you can use a traveler's notebook for. It's that simple. Whether you decorate or not, whether you use it in your purse and you just like to keep little inserts together, it's all fine. It all works. The beauty of it is interchangeable inserts and a fun, pretty cover. To me, that's how it works. And again, there are lots of companies out there that will sell you inserts and covers, and so many times they will go on sale on specific times of the year at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and things like that. So you can get your hands on one pretty affordably and get started and play around and see if it's something that you would enjoy. Again, I'm going to link a couple videos in the description box down below, channels that have inspired me and some video links that I think will be helpful for you getting started. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Again, a link to all of these videos will be in my description box down below, and expect one more video from me. I would love to share with you some of the journals that I've received in gifts and friend mail, or maybe I've purchased. That will give you an idea of some of the other ladies and their creativity. I think seeing some of the journals that I have that were created by other people can give you other ideas in terms of style and creativity and ways that they could be made. There are so many creative women out there on YouTube that are making journals, selling journals, gifting and swapping journals. It's just a beautiful, wonderful community. So be on the lookout for that video. I think you'll enjoy it. So again, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that little notification bell so you can be alerted to that future video or any of the other videos that I post. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.